What if you can have an open concept home with property, all priced from under $460,000? Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today at this 4-bed, 2.5-bath, 2,600 plus square foot home in Forney, Texas at the Lovers Landing community. My name's Colin Slattery. I'm with Real Broker. This home is brought to us by Land Sea Homes, now part of New Home Co., and it has some great incentives and great options that you're not going to want to miss. Now, when we first walk in here, we're going to notice nice big open foyer, and then we're going to turn right here into that fourth bedroom. This can be converted into a full bedroom without the French doors. It also can be left as this office option if you are building from the ground up. If you're choosing a spec home, obviously those options are already chosen for you. So that is the distinction between choosing spec and doing a new build from the ground. This open area here is the front formal dining room. Again, this is something a lot of people are starting to ask for. I recall at the beginning of my career, these things were largely on their way out. They are starting to make a comeback. When I'm walking through a new home with my private clients, the thing I always like to point out is, hey, a lot of the things that you see in this home are additional upgrades, and things like the wall art, the furniture, obviously, those things are not included when you purchase the home. However, some of the features, like the trim, like the flooring, like the stonework we're going to see later, all that is an option when you're building from the ground up. And then if you're not building from the ground up and you're choosing one of the spec homes that they do have available right now, some of those features are already chosen for you. And typically they choose ones that are really nice that are going to still sell the home, so you don't have to worry about them not including some of the nicer features. Now, this is the first full bath we're going to see. Again, it does have a shower and a tub. Stonework optional. It is just something there that they put so you can kind of see what is available. Cabinetry, wonderful flooring, pops a lot. And then we're going to go into this first bedroom. Now, one of the things that a lot of my buyers have said to me over the years is they really don't prefer carpet. It wears down too quickly. They don't like the feel of it. They don't like the look of it. And so they would prefer something more like, the vinyl plank or hardwood or even tile in a lot of cases. Those are options that you can choose when you're designing your home from the ground up. If you're not designing from the ground up, like I mentioned, a lot of times it's chosen for you. But because of the popularity of having hardwood floors or vinyl plank, a lot of times carpet isn't going to be in those bedrooms. So that's why we go take a look at them, double check, see if it's something that's going to make sense to you, and then we can choose from there. Now, throughout this entire video, I'm going to pan back and forward because I want to show you where we're coming from and where we're going. One of the challenges of doing a video walkthrough like this is that you don't get to see the full home all at once because you're walking through it, right? So I like to show you where we were and where we're going. And then obviously when you call me and tell me, hey, I want to see this home, we're going to be able to see it in person, get a better feel for it. But these walkthroughs are meant to kind of give you an idea of what's being offered here. Now, the first big point that I like to show in this particular video is just the openness of this kitchen. You don't have this giant wall over the island area that's blocking off. It is truly an open concept home, which is a big want for a lot of my buyers right now. Also, they have a coffee bar off to the right here, which I just thought was a beautiful touch. I don't know about you guys. I love coffee. I could drink coffee all hours of the day. Probably wouldn't be good for my heart, but I do very much enjoy it. Little sneak peek to one of our features later. But going back into this living space, which opens beautifully into the kitchen area. And then behind us again is the dining space. So this home really does flow quite well. I will say they utilize the space very well. Now, this does have a double oven and a microwave. Again, options, options, options. There are incentives to purchase a home right now. They do have interest rate incentives that if you give me a call, we can talk more about. They are quite generous, I will say, especially when this home is priced starting at just under $460,000. There are some opportunities that are available for you. I like this vent hood. I think it's a really nice touch. And then when you turn around here, this is such a simple yet important feature. You have the dishwasher just to the right of the sink. It sounds super silly, but unless you really like dragging water and wet dishes across your kitchen to your dishwasher, which I personally do not like, and I prefer it, which is what I have just off to the left of my sink. It's super helpful to have it right there. Now we're going to go back towards the front. Again, that gives you an idea of where we came from. This is the first powder room that we're going to see. This is a true half bathroom. Now, just for your understanding, a half bathroom is a commode and a sink. A 3/4 bathroom is a commode, a sink, and a shower, no tub. And then a full bath, you guessed it, has a tub plus a shower, and then all the other things we mentioned. So we're going to go back into the living space, kitchen, and dining space here, and then we're going to make a left towards the primary suite. I feel like they used a lot of the space for the primary suite, which is nice. Personally, I like a big primary suite. It has nice tall ceilings. I looked at this. You could definitely fit a king size, a California king size. I know there's sizes even above that you could choose if you wanted to. This wall space is big enough for any of those options. The next thing I really liked was this primary suite bathroom. They have the dueling sinks, and in the middle you have a tub. I know a tub isn't something for everybody, so again, option if you want it, if you're building from the ground up, or you can choose not to. The commode is just off to the right of the shower here. They put some cabinetry in there. Again, give you an idea of what can be, even if you don't build from the ground up. Let's say you bought a spec home and it doesn't have the cabinetry in there. It gives you an idea. Save the picture, because if you decide to put a cabinet in there, you can, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do with that space. Plenty of room in this walk-in closet. And then I like this added touch of the linen area here. We're going to go back into this bathroom, show you a little bit. The dueling sinks, the dueling lights, and then the dueling mirrors as well. Really nice touch. I was impressed with this one. So the one thing I want you guys to imagine is just waking up in this bedroom and seeing that backyard, which we're going to go out to here next. And I'm going to tell you why it's super important that this particular community is offering this particular feature, because I'm not seeing it in a lot of the subdivisions that are being built right now. Here's one more pan of the living space. Now, I originally come from Arizona. There are fireplaces in probably about 20% of all homes in Phoenix, which is just funny to me because we don't really need fireplaces out there. But here in Texas, it does get a little chilly sometimes, and so it is nice to have that fireplace there. Now we're going to head out to the backyard. This was the thing that really sold me on this particular model. And actually, I'm happy to tell you that all of the homes are being built on 1/3 of an acre in this community, brought to you by New Home Co. Great side yard space. Now, when you have 1/3 of an acre lot and you have a backyard this size and you decide, hey, I want to put a resort style swimming pool in, one thing we don't think a lot about is how big is our side yard space. And why we want to think about that is we don't want to have to hire a pool company down the line if we decide not to put it in right away that's going to have to knock down our fence, our neighbor's fence, the guy next door to him's fence. We want a nice open side yard fence, which this has, so that they can bring the tractor through and they can dig your pool and make the backyard that you really want. But again, 1/3 of an acre, nice size space. You can also do that little fire space, that little fireplace area there that they did. There's a ton of options when you have a yard this size. I'm going to show you over here this side yard as well. It's also good size. I recommend the other side if you're bringing a tractor through, obviously, but if you needed to, in a pinch, you could come down this too. This home has a full gutter system on it. Again, highly recommend. It is an important feature when we get the rain that we do, that we're able to push that water away from the home. So super helpful. And the roof is pitched in such a way that it's allowing that water to run down. One more quick pan of this backyard just to give you a feel for what it looks like. Again, you're gonna want to see this home in person to really feel it out, but I did really like it when I was walking through it. I was quite impressed with that backyard. So we're gonna walk back in. We're gonna look at this home just one more time, kind of take a look, take it all in. And just so you guys know, they are offering what's called flex cash on this home. So that's money that you can use towards several different things. Again, give me a call, we can talk about it, but they are offering a great incentive on that if you're gonna purchase with them. But in either case, if this is a home that you like, or if you want to see more homes in this community, like, subscribe. You can get a hold of me. My number's in the description below.